So I guess every college has it like the camera set up, but it's through VEO, whatever it's called,
Okay.
and it's a cameraless camera that they download on the internet, and now you could download them through AI.
What?
Now, and you know it's starting to make a little bit of sense because remember when Michigan was rolling over everybody when they won the title?
Yeah.
They knew every fucking play and they got caught
Yeah.
because of that dude.
Yeah.
And they brought up a good point. Now it hasn't been proven, but it was obvious. How the fuck did he know to jump that first pass and return it for a TD for Indiana?
Hmm.
He was
Interesting.
playing like 15 yards off the ball, and
Yeah.
I swear to God, it's like if they knew every single play.
Hmm.
Same thing with Alabama.
I don't know. I never heard of it, so that's going to be an interesting one. I'm sure it's something that Outkick will cover. I'll have to take a look at and
Yeah,
see what they have. I haven't looked at their articles today, but I'll take a peek this week and we can maybe discuss it when we do the
yeah,
coaching
maybe
one.
we could. Yeah, it's
And that's
very
interesting.
odd.
Are you on the feed on this? You were on
Yeah, I'm waiting for the invite.
invite. Are we live on the YouTube yet?
No, that's what I'm waiting for you to post, and then I click on.
Huh. Well, we're already streaming on here.
Oh, there we go. Now we're good.
Okay.
We're good.
Is it me with my finger in my mouth?
Yep. A little bit of a delay.
Oh, that's all right. I don't know how long I had my finger in my mouth for.
Let's roll.
All right. So, folks, we're going to go over Saturday's. Oh, no, hold on. I need my coffee. Hold on. Stop following me. Almost lost my pants.
Can't have that for the taping.
All right. Yep, we're going to go over Saturday's games, which were fantastic because all I ever asked for is great games. And I went 2-0, and Kevin went 0-2. I didn't realize till after we both picked the opposite opposite.
Oh, I did.
I didn't even realize it. I was like, shit. The first game looked like it was going to be exactly like you said. Then all of a sudden, Matthew Stafford went to shit. The McVay couldn't understand to run the fucking ball. You have these two good running backs, and you're not running the ball. I don't understand what his game plan was with that, but it seemed like he got complacent, and the Jags just stuck around. And there was a scrappy team that we discussed, I think, earlier in the week, if not yesterday.
You mean the
And
Panthers?
what do I call them? The Jags? Wrong cat. The
That's
Panthers.
today.
Sorry, I'm trying to type at the same time. I think that's probably why. Yeah, what the hell is? Oh, there it is. I just want to put up the game in the background. Sorry, I forgot. I was too busy doing my bets. I forgot to I forgot
The
to
problem I
set
see
this
with
up.
that game yesterday is it's like they just got too relaxed in the game. You know, they thought they went up. What was it 14-3 or something like that, or
Yeah, it was
14-6?
17-3.
Yeah, and it's like they got
Oh no,
relaxed.
17 to no, it was 17-7, and
Was it seven?
yeah,
Yeah,
it was
whatever
7.
it was, but it was weird.
And it was toward the end. They looked like they were going to go up at one point at the end of the half, and hold on, everything is stuttering now because my computer. I got to close
I
this
mean,
out.
I give Carolina credit; they came out strong in the second half, and again, I
Dude,
mean, they
I,
looked
I didn't
really
think
good.
for them to catch the lead. I mean, this is the thing though. I mean, you knew that they weren't going to come back. You know what I mean? Like they just weren't.
Mhm.
Like Bryce Young isn't built that way, unfortunately for them. Why is this not working? There we go.
No,
It's
you're on.
he's just not built that way to come back that way, and obviously Stafford is, and they had to play the defense that they always play. Plus, they were worn the fuck up that defense. But I mean, it was like I said, the game started off looking like it was going to be
A
exactly like you
blowout.
said. Yeah, and then all of a sudden, no one could catch the ball. Devontae Adams couldn't catch the ball. Stafford couldn't make a play for the life of him.
He took a shot though in the second half. Did you see that? Oh
Which
man, I
one
don't know
was
how
that?
the hell he even got up. He got a helmet to helmet on it.
Did he? Did I miss that?
Yeah. Oh, that was brutal.
That might have been right. Oh, well, I was also painting while I was watching this game, so I really can't. I didn't actually. I don't see every single play, so I might have missed it. The I mean, come on. I understand he's not a running quarterback, but dude, you had at one point it was wide open to run, and you decided to throw the ball. And he doesn't even run. Even like I don't know if Herbstreit had said it or Michaels said he's looked like he's gonna run. I was like, he's gonna. I go, he's gonna run, and then he threw the ball, and he was an incomplete pass. You know, almost like people want to talk
If
about.
I wasn't mistaken, didn't somebody say yesterday is Stafford a good pick for over half a yard?
That was me.
And
And
what did we say? He'll take a kneel down and
yeah, it didn't even matter because it would have been all negative yardage anyway at the way he was like I'm like, you had 5 yards free and clear. I understand you're older, bro, but you're in the playoffs against a team that's playing you fucking hard right now.
it's win or go home,
Yeah.
man. You got to put everything on the line, and he knew that.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Again, he thought he had it locked, and he's trying to save himself for the next game. Well, there is no next game. You got to get through this game.
One thing I appreciate about the Panthers is that they twice they have exposed the weakness of the
Other
Rams
team, yeah.
being able to throw over the top on them in their special teams. I mean, their special teams basically allowed that blocked punt. It's like they olayed the guy in there. Whoever, I forget who was. Was it Michael Jackson who had blocked it? I don't know who it was. Who had blocked that punt, and it was just like, you just letting them there. Like, I don't know. It was just, and then you had I don't know. It was crazy.
Sometimes you just I didn't think they were going to beat him. I really didn't.
Well, I didn't think
But
they would get that
cover,
close. Remember, I told you I think they'll
yeah,
cover, but I didn't think I thought they would cover. By the 7
yeah,
points. I didn't think it was going to come down to 45 seconds
a
left.
field
or whatever
goal,
it was.
yeah.
And then but see that's the thing. Bryce Young couldn't even get him in the field goal range. I mean, come on. Like, you can watch him play and know that he's not a playmaker. I remember yesterday, too, I said, speaking of, I just saw Chuba Hubbard get a touchdown, I was like, nope, nothing with Chuba Hubbard in yardage. He was the only one who ran the ball
Yeah.
all day yesterday. And it was just like,
I didn't understand that neither.
I didn't either. But, I mean, whatever, he was successful at it, so it was like, stick with the hot hand. I don't know. You know what I mean? But there was a good pass for the Parkinson's touchdown at the end there. But I mean, overall, I think the Rams just were like, it's not they were attempting to blow it, but they just didn't. They didn't play the game right. There's no.
Again, it seems like they just wanted to come over here, get the win, go back, and let's see who we're playing.
Yeah,
next.
I mean, when they got when Cody Parkinson got that touchdown, I'm like, I texted my brother. I was like, they should not, or somebody. I was like, they should not be that excited about getting that touchdown. I'm sorry, and I hate to shit on the Panthers because I've been high on them for this game all week, but it's like there's no way in the world the Rams should have been in that position against this team. They just shouldn't have been. When you look at the talent as far as like the elite, the quarterback play, and even the wide receivers, it's like you should not have been in that position. Even at all positions, running back, it just they should not have been in that position. They put themselves in the position, and they got complacent or they're just weak at that point.
But I think what happened is, I think the defense for the Carolina, their front four, just started to dominate in the second half, and it was proven, it was showing. They were pushing the offensive line for the Rams around. So if you take Stafford the first half throwing time to the second half time, that was dwindling big time because they got a lot of pressure on them.
Definitely had a lot to do with the Panthers in what they changed in the defense.
Yeah, they had made adjustments, and the Rams didn't.
It rattled him because he was making throws that couldn't be caught. His players couldn't catch the ball. I mean, for Puka to drop an open touchdown and for Devontae Adams to not catch shit, I mean, something was going on in their heads. I had to have been. You know what I mean? Like, where they put themselves in a position in the head of going like, fuck, this team's better than we thought. You know what I mean? It's like when a boxer goes to a fight and all of a sudden it's the 5th round and you realize that you're still fighting when you probably in your head you should have won by the 3rd. I was like, that's what these guys were doing. And then I was like, I was all for it though. I was like, this is fucking great. Not just from a betting standpoint, just from like this is what you want to see. This is playoff football that you want to see. And I think them going into the Bears next week is not going to be easy for them at all. And it's only going to get colder in Chicago. And I think in the way Chicago played, they just, at one point I was like, you got to be kidding me with whatever was going on in
Well, that game
Chicago.
too. Now that we'll jump into that game, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Understand what Green Bay was doing the second half.
Dude, Green Bay decided to not run the ball. They decided to. This happened to them before this year when they were
Hmm.
playing in a few games. They just stopped showing up. They disappeared. Like what
It
happened?
never
What?
showed.
Yeah, and what did LaFleur change? I don't know. I mean, I'm not taking away from that the Bears defense who showed up and showed out in the second half big time, but you couldn't make the adjustments. Like it's almost like watching a Shanahan run game where like you won't break whatever your game plan was
Hmm.
and go off script. And I feel like that's what LaFleur was doing, and it just like. I was watching the game getting more and more excited. I never expected 25 points by the Bears in the fourth quarter. I didn't see that coming. I just
Well, think about that. 25 points in a playoff game, and they look dead in the water the first half.
And obviously, the Packers defense was doing really, really well. In that first half, don't know what happened. Don't know who changed what or didn't change what or didn't make adjustments on the Packers team. But I don't feel like they sat down. But I just don't feel like they stepped
But,
up.
but you know what, though? If you look at that game, though, Al, you look at that game and it's like, let's go back to the Brady era. I always said, why do they keep him in when they're up by 45 or 40?
Mm-hmm.
And he always made the comment, hey, we're out here to win. It's pedal to the metal.
Yeah,
And that's what Green Bay has to learn to do. They got to keep their foot on the gas and keep going.
yeah.
How many times did they punt in the second half compared to the first half?
No, it was like the
And
first four.
Harley,
Yeah, the first four
let's just put it
possessions.
this way.
It's like
Yeah,
it was just like
let's
three
make
and
it
outs.
simple. Let's make it simple. How many times did Chicago go for it on fourth down and turn the ball over?
Dude,
Green Bay
I
capitalized.
felt like
After
I,
that,
I was sitting there now that you bring it up. I was sitting there when they kept going it for it on fourth and nothing happened. I was sitting there in my head going, you know what? I understand what they're doing, but this is what fucking killed the Lions with Ben Johnson against the 49ers years ago. They were too aggressive rather than just those are the times where you get too aggressive. It's too fucking early to go from your own 38 or 32 yard line on a fourth down. I'm sorry. Like you still have a lot of game to play. And for the Bears, I was like, like you said, this is their first game. You went with the Packers because of experience and being rested and stuff like that. I went with the Bears actually for the opposite reason.
mhm,
And it was like, this is what they were looking like. Like you said, it was just like the Panthers game. It started off
mhm,
one way, like we discussed, and like you had thought it was going to go, and a lot of people thought it was going to go, and it looked exactly like that. And then
yep.
all of a sudden, like you said, they turned the ball over a million times. They had a bunch of times when they could have gotten the ball to Chicago, and nothing was rolling their way. Nothing.
Nothing was. I mean, they even what was a couple fourth and what was I don't
There
know
was a
two
fourth
three
and
yard.
10. Like the
Yeah,
play of the game was the 4th and 8 for that
I
he
mean,
converted when he was getting tackled. What a fucking laser that was.
I just don't understand. But getting back to the Brady point, it's like I used to always say that's just stupid to keep him in there. I always said that you're gonna get him hurt. They're up 45. It's useless. Why you put him in there? Move on to the next team. But when you look at from Belichick's standpoint, it's like, okay, Brady gets mad when he comes out, and you understand why because it's the simplest game. Remember, 28-3 Atlanta
Yeah,
Falcons.
yeah,
There's your answer to
yeah.
that. Now, when you're late in the fourth quarter, there's no reason to be in there. But this
No,
all started in the third quarter,
yeah,
you know?
yeah. You have to make those kind of adjustments because you don't know what's going to happen. Like you have to sit there and go, now they're catching up. Granted, yes, they held them to field goals, fortunately, and they just figured they were going to do that. I don't know. But just because you were scoring 3 touchdowns, no problem in the first half, doesn't mean you're going to score 3 touchdowns, no problems in the second half. And you should look at the own history of your team and adjust from that.
Right.
And that's what they didn't do. This has been a couple times we mentioned that the Packers have done that, and it was just like it shouldn't have been. It just shouldn't have been a thing. The Packers had that in the bag. The Bears just know how to pull things out of their ass. And it's just like they shouldn't have to do that either. That's like one of those things where you can't go through a whole season like Denver does and hope and pray your defense is
Mhm.
going to do everything for you. And I feel like that's almost like what the Bears are doing is that they're hoping and praying that they're just going to be able to get through and be like, no, we always have a good. It's great at have you always have a chance, which you do, but that's not going to get you through to everything. But they might. But I think it's a crazy way to live, and it's a crazy way for the Packers to live
Well,
too. To sit there and think
there's
that
another
they can
thing to that.
do things. What's that?
There's another thing to that is with Micah Parsons being out didn't help neither. That
Yeah,
hurt because they had hardly any pressure on him, and when they do have pressure, the ball was quick out of his hands.
yeah,
The second half now I'm talking about.
yeah, yeah,
If
yeah. Yeah.
that's where they could have used Micah, because
Well,
that's
yeah, of
usually when
course,
he
because in the second
excels is during
half,
the game from the line.
Williams had all the time in the world to throw the ball. Hold on, I'm going to be stuttering a little bit because my computer's going bananas.
Yeah, you
right
got a
now.
little bit of play,
There we go. We should be fine
but
now. The idea I can't have all these windows open, dude. I have so many windows open. Did it pause? Everything froze. Can you hear me? Oh.
yeah, I got you.
Hold on.
We're good.
I'm not good on my end. Everything froze. What do I have open that's going shitty? There we go. That's there. I'm not touching anything anymore.
This could be
It's just
a
going to
lot
be
of
you and me
people.
on the screen right now because I think I told you. Now you said that. Remember yesterday, everybody's betting right now, so having the screen open is hurting me. Maybe I'll just go by yours and I'll close mine, just to avoid anything. Let's do it again. There we go. All right. So, oh no, there it goes. Pause again. But anyway, so let's go on to the other games because it's getting to that point.
It's getting
where the
late.
game starts.
Yep.
Hold on, let me try to get fucking something to move on my computer screen. There we go.
Let's do the 3 games today and let's roll and see what happens.
That's it. Hold on. Let me. We got the Jags line flipped on this one, like we discussed. Bills at the Jags. Now the Jaguars are 1.5 point favorite, which I will take the Jags at the 1.5 point. Favorite. Let
Plus,
me see here.
yep.
Where is it? I have it. I'm gonna throw it up real quick. Is the over under still 51.5 or is it 52.5 now? 51.5. I would pick the over on that. So I picked the Jags to win the over on this. I just feel confident about the Jaguars doing well. I just don't see throwing everything on Josh Allen's shoulders. It's just going to be too much. He should be all the pressure's on him. He doesn't do super well under pressure. He performs under pressure, but he also makes a shitload of mistakes under pressure. We're talking picks. We're talking bad decision making on throwing the ball, and he takes the ball himself way too much. And I'm afraid that might hurt him today by putting the ball in his own hands far too often.
Yeah, I like the Jags too. I think the better defense. Buffalo wins this game if they can run through the top between the guards. If they can run up the middle with Cook, I think they have a chance to win this game. So they keep Allen, in check because their defense is really good.
Yeah.
Jacksonville is really good,
Mm-hmm.
and really he has nobody to throw to tell you the truth.
No, he doesn't. And they
So
cover the tight ends really well in the Jags.
Yeah.
And so I don't see. I don't know. They can scheme maybe for Knox and Kincaid, but I don't know. And like you
if
said,
they could run through, if Buffalo could keep the clock churning and running through the guard like the tackle, they have a chance to win this because they're keeping Lawrence off the field.
the key is the line of scrimmage for Jacksonville, and they can keep that. If
Yeah.
they can keep the line of scrimmage where it is, and like slightly bend, but definitely don't break, they should do pretty well. And it should. But I still expect a shootout in this game. I expect a 28-24 type of game or something along those lines for sure. To be honest with you, I don't see it going any other way. To be honest with you, I don't see anybody blanking anybody or hurting, holding anybody down at all.
Well, I have 2 things to this. I have one tidbit and a prop on this.
You have tits?
Yes.
Tits bits?
So what it is now this is when Mahomes was in the playoffs and Lamar Jackson. What's it called?
I don't know.
What's it called on the road? I lost my Josh Allen on the road
Yeah.
is 0-4 in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So now he's going on the road. This would be his opportunity to finally get over that hump to get them there. But I don't see it happening.
I don't.
My prop bet in this, I like the first half Jacksonville on the money line.
What is it?
It's half a point and it's 120.
Okay.
They average 18.5 the first half to the
And
Buffalo's
we know the,
13.
and we know the Bills always don't always trail in the first half.
Right.
They're like a what? A minus
They're
fucking
second. I think they're like out of 32 teams, or they're like 31st.
31.
That always
Yeah.
trade 31. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
they're
meant
like a
31.
minus. Like I want to say
Yeah,
something stupid like 900 points. It's so ridiculous what their first half differential is. But that's a good one. I didn't even think of that one.
yeah.
I never
So
looked at
that's
that.
my prop for this one.
Well, one of these quarterbacks is going to throw a pick. Which one is it?
I'm gonna go with Josh Allen. You know why?
Really? Okay.
I was hesitant toward Lawrence because he usually throws one a game,
Yeah.
but I
I don't
think
know who's
he's
going to pick it for
I
the
don't
bill. You
know.
know, for the Bills.
I
And
think
that's
the
just where I think the pressure's on Josh Allen. This is where he throws the picks. He was
yeah.
last year. He was guaranteed to always throw a pick. He was like Trevor Lawrence is now, and with all the pressure on him for this game, I feel like he's going to throw the pick.
The problem with with Trevor Lawrence is he always tries to throw like the deep ball, the deep ball. Now he has Jacoby Myers there; it's a little different.
Yeah,
Now he could throw a little bit
you
underneath
got to wonder if that has to
Etienne.
do with the way if his guys can run routes properly. You know what I mean? Like, can you do the in cuts? Can we know Myers can do anything?
Well, that's
So
why I
maybe
say
that's what
now he has
yeah.
somebody
You know what I
he
mean?
can
So
trust. No, Brian Thomas Jr. is great.
yeah,
He takes that with
but he's a
Myers there,
sideline guy.
but he takes a lot of pressure now.
Yeah.
Now he can get more open.
Yeah, and he opens up like you said, strange. So they got the three-way punch going on there, which is good.
Another
And then
one
they
I
have
think.
ATN who can catch the ball every so often if need be.
Well, that's what I was just gonna say. With him out of the backfield, that's where I think Lawrence comes into a play over 1.5 in his TD passes. That's a plus 110.
Yeah,
That could be a pretty good one.
yeah.
But I'm
I
still
think I have
going with the
that.
Jags first half.
Yeah, I'm going with them on the all the way on the on. I did what did I pick? I don't know if I picked any major.
I'm gonna wait and see how the Bills come out the second half first before we do any live.
Yeah. So the next up we have who we're gonna discuss. We have the Eagles and this game, dude, just doesn't. I don't know. Niners are still 6-point underdogs at the Eagles. I'm still going with the Niners in this one because I don't know what part of the Eagles are going to show up. Is the over-under still 44.5?
I like the under in this game.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be like it is up here in Boston. It's going to be, what, like 40 and slight rain maybe?
Yeah,
That's a really
a little
it. So
windy,
the weather's
yeah.
really not going to affect San Francisco that much because it does get cold up there and damp. So that's not an issue. Again, it's going to come down to the linemen. Is Trent Williams and Lane Johnson
Well,
playing?
that's what I was gonna say. This game comes down to Williams
And Ricky
and Johnson.
Purcell, if he's going to play.
He's out. No, he's out.
They said it
I
was
don't
going to be
think he's
game
playing.
time. Last I read.
So if Williams is out, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for the Niners because he's basically the team next to CMC.
Let's see.
So I like the Eagles in this game on the money line.
Okay, Trent Williams is expected to play today.
Yeah,
Doesn't mean he's
but
100% though either. And then we got
Lane
Lane
Johnson
Johnson.
is.
He is playing
he's
for sure.
supposed to. He's supposed to be.
All right, let's go. I'm gonna check Lane just to make sure. I hate they're so smart. They never put it in the fucking headline, so we get a click. He says that most likely he'll be back on there. All right, so Lane Johnson's most likely playing. So I mean, if they're both playing, whatever. Now it comes down to Ricky Pearsall if he plays, and he doesn't sound like he is, but they said game time decision. Who knows what the hell that means? So it's going to come down to
My thing in this game, Al.
Hmm.
My thing in this game is the Niners linebackers.
okay.
They're banged up big time, and
Oh, yeah.
that's where
Are
Barkley.
they
I
on
think,
their
is gonna
practice squad
exceed.
members yet?
Yeah, I think a lot of them are up.
I mean,
Barkley should have a good time between the tackles.
is this the game where it all falls apart finally for the Niners?
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Like, they have been pushing their luck. I mean, imagine if they had, like, dude, they would be, like, fucking 16-1, honestly, if they weren't so decimated. But they are so decimated, but they still made it this far. Is this where the wheels come off?
It's possible. What was it? The last 12 games, they allowed multiple TD passes. So
Yeah.
again, like you're saying, is the wheels going to fall off? This is a Jalen Hurts game too.
No, is he going to
With his
finally,
pass.
finally trust him to throw the damn ball?
I think they
and
will
play a
because they're
balanced
hurt.
attack? You have to play a balanced attack on this one
Yeah.
and take advantage of where you can. Like you said, Saquon getting through there, even catching the ball a few times and just going through the middle with Smith, and then you can open up the outside for AJ Brown. Um, so
That's how I'm looking at it.
but again, if this is a game that the wheels fall off, then obviously I was wrong. But I'm gonna stick with San Fran keeping it close because I don't know which fucking version of the Eagles are going to show up. Are they going to play their own game, or are they going to play down to the competition type of deal again? Now, don't forget, we had mentioned earlier this week, if you listened, we're listening. We had mentioned that the Shanahan is terrible when he's 7 points or more down at the half. So you pay attention to, like, if you're into live betting on what's going on with that score and the lines on that, because if they're down by 7 or more, bet on the Eagles, because he's like literally like 1-44 being down at the half, and he's 0-8 like in recent whatever.
and it's tough to play in Philly too, let alone the travel
Oh,
too.
dude, those fucking fans are terrible.
It's tough to play in there,
Mm-hmm.
and again, it's.
So
I don't trust Purdy on the road neither.
yeah, I haven't paid attention too much to that, to be honest with you. So but do you have the Eagles to cover? I get the I'll stick with the
Yeah, I
49ers to cover.
actually do have the Eagles to cover
That's
just
fine.
because the Niners are banged up, and it goes back to your point when you said, "This is where the wheels fall off."
Yeah,
It
so
finally
it could be,
catches up.
and but we'll move on to tonight's game. We get the Chargers at the
The
Pats.
Super Bowl,
Pats are 3.5 point favorites. Over under still 44 or 45.5.
45 and a half.
All right, so I have I picked the Chargers to cover, but I'm kind of inched more toward the Pats to cover this time. So but my money is on the Chargers, but I did pick a little more on the Pats with something else. Over under, I picked the over on this game for sure. Again, it comes down to if we can get pressure on the quarterback, which we can't. Can we hold Hampton down? I think we can. And we put the ball in the Herbert's hands, then we have to. And can we keep the middle of the field with the lad McConkeys? And I forget who their tight end is.
Gatson, that's one of my prop picks in
Yeah.
this game.
So, and keep them at bay a little bit. And then that's going to be the key right there. So, and then people keep saying Drake May hasn't seen a good defense. I'm sorry, but he has. I mean, I don't know what you call the Browns defense. It's not like, every team you went against, that just because they didn't have good records, they didn't have good defenses to go against. So this is supposedly him going against a good defense. So if they can sit there and confuse him, but again, it comes down to he plays great against zone. Chargers love playing zone. 70-something% of the time they're in zone. So it's up to, who's he what, if anything, will stay on Stephon Diggs, I suppose. What's the kid's name? That nasty corner for
For
the Chargers. What the hell's his name? Why can't I remember his name?
drawing a blank.
Oh, I got it. Now it's going to bug me. Chargers corner. I always want to say Quentin Jammer.
It is Quentin Jammer.
What is this? Is it corner or is he a safety? What the hell's that kid's name? He was a first-round pick, and I wanted him on the Pats. Derwin James. Thank you. Jesus Christ.
Out of Florida State.
Yeah. Anyway, so he's the one, obviously the one.
I was thinking of Stingley out of from Houston.
Yeah, well, I had Quentin Jammer from fucking 20 years ago, so what tells you where I am? But anyway, so I know. So he's gonna either struggle or not. I don't know. We'll have to find out. But I think he will. I don't think he really. He doesn't. Doesn't get flustered at all. So I'm not swearing on that. What about you?
I really don't buy into the defense again. That's where this line I think comes into effect. Where I like the Chargers in this game, but it's not because of the defense. I think it's because of with Herbert, you just don't want to see May trying to press everything down the field to contend with Herbert in the game, and that's why I think McDaniels will come in and shorten the game for him, so he's not in that type of situation.
I think there'll be a lot of running. I think they're going to try to balance the attack.
Yeah.
for sure.
And that's why I like the under.
And I
I
think
know a
there's
lot
going to
of
be.
people.
Yeah, I was originally on the under when it first came out. I was originally on the under. The weather has
Mhm.
changed my mind. The weather changed my mind, and the mentality changed my mind on the attack. If we can get a balanced attack, I still think we're going to get 24 points. Now, can we keep and hold? Can you hold the Chargers to 17 points? That's where the difference would come in, or the Chargers going to outscore us. So, like, it's one of those type of deals. I don't know. I think we'll do well in the first half. The second half is the one that's going to challenge us because we seem to always challenge ourselves in the second half, it seems, more recently. But I see what you're saying. But I think McDaniels knows how to adjust. He's been in this situation plenty of times before, so he knows how to play it well. And
Well, I think they're going to try to run the ball to take a little pressure off of May. I mean, don't forget, it's his first playoff game. I don't care how
I
good he
mean,
was during the
this is
season.
where Travion Henderson's ability to run outside is really going to help because that's the one weak point of their run defense for, if they really have one, for the Chargers is the ability to run on the outside of him. And if you can get outside, you can pretty much be gone and do well. So that's where I think Travion Henderson will be. But I think there'll be a lot of swing outs, passes, and things like that. And they're going to use Ramondre more in the passing game when it comes to it, and see what happens inside the 10 if we ever get there too. So which one? It's like pick your poison in that one. It could be all three of them running the ball.
Yeah, I again, it goes back to Herbert's hand too, and it's not his throwing hand. I get it, but he had the week off.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't play last week, but I don't think it's going to affect May as people think it's going to be because he's
No.
playing at home.
Yeah.
Now, if he was on the road, it might be a little different.
Might be, but he doesn't seem like he really shatters too much. You know what I mean? He gets kind of never really breaks.
I
So
think there's going to be a lot of short dump offs, and then a lot of run plays here until he gets the feel of the game, and then they're going to try to open it up. As long as he don't try to press his foot and try to keep up with Herbert, I think he'll be all right.
you keep saying about keeping up with Herbert. I wonder if like Herbert's gonna have to keep up with May. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't think it's going to affect Herbert though, because he's just going to go out and play a game.
He is,
You
but
know,
but that's the thing. He doesn't look nervous. He doesn't play nervous, but his outcomes look like nervous. You know what I mean? Like some of the decision making, the way he moves, especially if there's pressure on him, he kind of like, I don't know.
well,
So,
the problem with
and I like
Herbert
Herbert.
though,
I'm a big Herbert fan. I'm like the only Herbert fan
yeah,
that I really know. You know what I mean?
no, I
So
like him.
it's not really a knock on him. It's just like how I kind of feel. It's almost like he's almost like just throwing it as opposed to like throwing it to somebody.
But see, now I think we both missed a point here too. Is the big thing for offense is his offensive line.
Oh God, that's right.
May's line compared to Herbert's line is not even
Oh,
close.
it's night
Even
and
though
day.
you got two rookies on the left side that are studs
Yeah,
for the Patriots.
yeah,
So I mean, he's out there basically running for his life half the time, and it paid the price when he broke his hand.
yeah.
So that's another thing you got to take into effect. He just goes out now. It's like
Well,
I
that's
got
why
to
I think
deal.
Chase on will be a big deal in this game. And they're
Yeah.
running Jones off the corner, or not Jones. Who's the other corner we have off the edge, and pressuring him more than whatever, so we can get through there and throw him off his game. I think that would be part of the game plan as well, because we got Spillane back in the middle, which might help us out a little bit. Still too slow to cover guys, but you have Gibbons who does pretty well too on the coverage. He's a pretty quick guy. I like that pickup. So I don't know. I was going to kind of see. I'm going to roll with the Patriots to win. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a close game at a 20-25 type of game, 27-24 type of game. And still
Yeah,
roll
I'm
with
gonna,
them.
I'm gonna go with the road team on here. And again, here we go again. Same thing with Green Bay and Chicago, just like yesterday. I thought, more experience.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go with the 3.5. I like the hook.
Okay.
And the prop in this game I like is Ronald Gatz in the second. The tight end, like you were
Yeah.
just saying before,
Yeah.
over 30.5 total receiving yards.
I can see
I
that.
think he's gonna be under a lot of pressure,
And
Herbert. So now
forcing
it's
it.
gonna be a
You have
yep.
to get rid of it. Let's hope so. Let's hope he's under a lot of pressure. So we'll see. All right, folks, we're going to end it here so I can finish up my lineups and everything else. And appreciate you watching. And don't forget, bet small, win big, and good luck.
Don't be a degenerate.
Don't be a
It's all about the you.
When is that game? 20 days from now?
Next Monday.
Fucking stupid. Why is it going to be so far away? Like, stop it.
Well,
Put it on a fucking Tuesday. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Money.
put it even better. Put it on Tuesday because nobody watches anything on Tuesday. It'd be the only thing to watch.
no, put it on Saturday so then nobody could have to take off work.
All right,
Follow
brother.
the Super Bowl. Peace.
Later.